Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang in California. You should have seen me running around with the lamp in the other room, the camera in the other room twice because I went there to get it and then I forgot it. Oh, geez. So anyway, good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang in California with Morsels of a Thought number 1665. And the reason I'm so happy is that yesterday I got a lot done. They came and they fumigated. So I and my whole family of feline friends had to go out for a few hours, and I was so happy to be back. I was so happy to be back. And on Tuesday, I mentioned that there had been a thread on my body, you know. But I want to say that I have friends in all the right places, apparently. So I'm going to make use of that in terms of being calm, being calm and not worrying about it. It's actually it's very mental, neurological, the pain you get, suffering. A lot of times you're suffering that Shi Hanyi talks about, Thich Nhat Hanh talks about, Duc Vuong talked about that there, I suppose they all talked about it except for Shi Hangye. Suffering is in the mind because you suffer when you think about it. But if you don't think about it, you don't suffer. Rules women are like this. We don't go there in our minds because it's not worth it. Confidence is good. Confidence is always good. And I would say getting to know your date is our topic of the day, week 7. We are in the I wanted to say Not Your Mother's Rules, but we did Not Your Mother's Rules on Tuesday, the new secrets for dating. We did a lot of that. And then today we are going into the Rules Handbook, a guide to creating loving and lasting relationships. Now, those ones that I talked about that were extremely negative, you really sometimes you can't avoid them. And in my case, I just couldn't avoid it. I didn't do it. It wasn't instigated by me, and it's not being continued by me. So there's just people are jealous because you're happy. They want you to be unhappy. They want to see you as unhappy as they possibly are. Or um, non-rules women really can make it hard for rules women. For instance, they can take away your date, they can take away your prospect because they make it easy for the prospect, but you know that they don't have a rules relationship because of her behavior, non-challenging behavior. And so we have week 7, getting to know your date. Onward. Don't be in a hurry. Your persistence in following the rules will pay off. The rules, the only pressure being put on you to hurry and get to the finish line of marriage is you, Y-O-U. Take off the pressure and enjoy the dating ride. Enjoy getting to know your dates little by little, and you will practice and become better at dating and a more compassionate person as you learn more about different men's personalities, quirks, and interests. This week, slow down and realize it takes time to get to know all the facets of another person, usually 4 seasons. That's a long time. That's a year. 4 seasons. Okay. Pop culture would have you believe in, quote, whirlwind courtships, end quote. The truth is that there are time-tested rules. Time-tested rules. Well, it's not that work and trends that don't work. A minute about this. I'm going to say that the rules talks about biological differences. Women don't chase men because it's not in our nature to um, get the highs off of pursuing much, I'm talking about heterosexual relationships here, where the women are the ones being chased, pursuees, and then the men are the ones that are pursuing. The men get a touchdown feeling when they pin a woman down for a date, or when they uh uh propose and get married to her. So, constant contact by phone, say the authors, and text, frequent trips, investing in a business together, and moving in prematurely kills the chase. Slow and steady wins the race, not being available 24/7 whenever he calls or texts. Trust us, we have seen it repeatedly when a guy gets bored and you get hurt. Too much, too soon is never good. So take your time and enjoy the ride. Daily rules, day 99. If you have to ask, the beauty of the rules is that when Mr. Right falls for you, he will only have eyes for you. He'll think you're prettier than a supermodel. You will feel secure and never worry that he's a womanizer. But if you did the rules and still suspect that he's cheating, then he could be an incorrigible player. If he's constantly checking his texts, excusing himself to take calls, or acting strangely secretive and never letting his phone out of his sight, he may see other women and is stringing you along. When a woman thinks, I wonder if my boyfriend is cheating on me, she's either paranoid from past experiences, or he probably is. Or he probably is cheating. Find out before you proceed further. So if you have a sense that your own feelings of paranoia are kind of coloring your suspicion, definitely count that. Count that. Take that into account. However, it doesn't mean that he's not cheating. It just means that you have to consider that factor. So it could be both, but it could be one or the other. I am in The Rules Handbook, a guide to creating loving and lasting relationships by the world famous New York authors of The Rules. Um, and this is, did I say a guide to creating loving and lasting relationships? This can be used for anybody. Honestly, you can use it on your friends, your business associates. I try to read out of their books twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, TR Tuesdays and TR Thursdays, because I believe in the rules so much. Now, I do these morsels of a thought of wisdom because I figure that for people who are watching, that you want to figure out the right thing to do for yourself, even if it's excruciatingly painful. Huh. And then doing the right thing is an act of virtue. Nobody can prompt you into action, only you can prompt yourself into action. So if you know the right thing to do is to let the guy have a chase, but you feel so insecure yourself that you have to chase him down on the phone, you have to talk to him every single day on the phone, you have to make sure that he gets at least 20 minutes of you every night. Mm-mm. That's not necessarily true. Even women who do the rules and have done the rules for decades sometimes ask each other, Was I being rude? No, you weren't being rude. Sometimes it seems like you feel like you're being rude to hang up, or not just hang up, but say, sorry, gotta go and leave the phone call, or you end the date first. You say, oh, I just have a huge big day tomorrow. And then you go home. The first few dates are dress nice, be nice, goodbye, and go home. Those are how to act on dates 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Don't force him to talk. Day 100, the authors say, Most women love to talk, especially about feelings and the nuances of a relationship. Men, not so much. We don't realize this. So, don't force a guy to discuss zodiac signs or celebrity couples. Watch Hallmark movies or read relationship books if he's not interested. Men are just not interested in that. They really don't have an interest in it. You can make him, or you can he might be polite and let you think he's interested, but men biologically are the aggressor and the pursuer most of the time. Much most of the time. If anything, the authors say you should watch or talk about what he likes, whether it's action adventure movies, comedy, politics, and football. After all, a man likes your looks and if a man likes your looks and marries you, he wants someone he can be himself with. Don't pressure him to talk a lot. As a famous businessman said, I work all day. I don't want to work on the relationship when I get home. That's a lot of work, right? Women love this kind of work. We really do. We get our sustenance from it. we get our we get our cultural sustenance from it. We talk to each other like, oh, your man does this and mine, oh gosh, really? And then, well, mine, and then we like to do that. So get together with 4 or 5 of your businesswomen, not businesswomen, sorry, your friends, and talk about that. Okay. Excuses. Don't make up reasons to reach out to a guy. Some women throw Super Bowl parties in order to invite their cute neighbor over who has never shown interest. He could be gay. Some women call a guy when they have car trouble instead of calling AAA. I did that by mistake, but it wasn't a guy I was interested. And then he said I could call my insurance company, or he said I could call someone. I think he used the word someone in the text. And then I realized I had AAA. Oh my God, I had insurance. Goodness gracious. So I could have had that tire taken care of by somebody else and not had a headache over it overnight the night before. Some women text the guy to ask for career advice instead of talking to a headhunter. None of these strategies work long term. If you invite a guy to your party, he will drink your beer and eat your chips. If you ask for help, he will happily oblige and even sleep with you, but he won't ask you out or want to be in a relationship with you. You can't force somebody to want something they don't want. If they don't want it, they don't want it. But you want to be a challenge if they do want it, right? Day 102, no quid pro quo. Just now I read day 101. So day 102. Some women feel that making plans, paying, and traveling to a guy are ways to show him you are not passive but independent and able to afford an airplane ticket or fancy meal. Other women want to pay their own way so as not to feel sexually obligated. Both demonstrate faulty thinking. You do not have to show or prove anything. You just have to show up. You don't owe your date anything. There is no quid pro quo here, the Latin quid pro quo, one for the other. It doesn't matter if he bought you dinner, drinks, or flowers. You don't have to pay anything or sleep with him. Believe that you deserve to be courted properly with no strings attached. Hey, we intertwine it with our lives that we do our hair first, we do our makeup, we dress nicely, we are kind, we are happy, we are smiling at the universe. Those are already 5, 6, 7 things that we're doing. Oh my goodness. Imagine that. You are actually paying in a lot of money, especially if you do your nails. Bombshells can take it or leave it. Um, According to the Bombshell Manual of Style by Lauren Stover. Nails are optional for bombshells. I don't do it anymore, but I used to, but I didn't ever have long nails because I played instruments. So anyway, Day 103, no more vagueness. Keep track of the rules that are working. If you don't want to be unconscious, write everything down, keep a diary, or use the rules dating journal to record who spoke to whom first, who called or texted first, the length of calls and dates, how many drinks you had, and if he skipped a week or forgot plans, and who ended everything first, so that you know what's going on and are not blindsided if it doesn't work out. So a good thing to do would be to copy these questions down on the first page of this journal and say, okay, who called or texted first? Number one. How long was the call and the date? Number two. That is number two. Number three, how many drinks you had? Number four, did he skip a week or forget plans? And number five, who ended everything first? Those are 5 questions to put on each page of every date. Every date is a page, and you basically go into it and you say what he did, what he said, how the topic went, how the conversation went, who liked to talk about what. Did he talk more? Did you talk more? Did you learn anything about his history? Did he learn anything about how much of your history did he learn about? Because we're trying to be mysterious here. Right reaction, day 104. If you feel rude saying no when a relatively new guy asks you to go away with him for 5 days or travel to him, stop and ask yourself what your confident friend, coworker, or rules girl would do in this situation. You have to stop and think, okay, would a rules girl say yes or no? I'm sorry, I can't get away. And then do it. Why suffer and make needless mistakes? All you have to do is think, would a rose girl do this? And then you kind of already know the answer. A rose girl is very strict. A rose girl doing boot camp is very strict with herself. And it's not easy. We all know that. We all know that. Women, we all know that. Men, we don't have it easy, okay? A confident girl, say the authors, a confident girl would nonchalantly say, sorry, I can't get away, or actually, it's better if we meet near me, and see how he reacts. Okay, here, there are hundreds of men who are going to say, I want you to travel halfway to me. It's only fair. That means he's not that interested in you. She would not turn herself into a pretzel. Okay, pretzel brain twist, PBT, is talked about in which one? This one or oh no, it's in the uh rules for online dating. Where is it? Put it somewhere over here. It's in that stack. Nor would she get angry and say, I can't believe you're asking me to drive to you. No, you don't say that. You do your higher self business. You go, oh, I'm sorry. I just can't. I don't really drive that much. She does what's good for her, but doesn't get huffy or let her tiara fall off. Let him be the prince and you be the princess. Thank you for asking. I can't get away. Thank you for asking. But I would feel more comfortable if we meet near me, especially since we're just getting to know each other. You don't have to have that second sentence, but you say, I would feel more comfortable if we met near me. See how he reacts. If he doesn't react well, then you know he wasn't that interested in you to begin with, because men will fly 7 hours to go see a woman. They will fly around the world if they really, really love a woman, right? So that means no, don't go there. Day 105, don't act so surprised. Visualize your dates winning, excuse me, visualize your dates whining and dining you and sending you flowers all the time. Too many women lacking in self esteem act overly grateful when a man takes them out. They thank him on the date and they thank him again in a text the next day. They call him to thank him for the flowers instead of waiting for him to call and ask if the flowers arrived. Similarly, when a man texts them, they get so excited as if they won the lottery and feel compelled to answer immediately. That's the part of the pursuey that we can't control much either. And that's excruciating when we go, okay, wait, just wait. Because you know, when you really love a guy, you go, shoot, I want to say I love him already, but he hasn't said I love you to me. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, lest he thinks they are rude. Okay, no, don't think that you're being rude. You must act like you get texts from men all the time and can barely keep up. Apply the rules to achieve your higher self. Number one, don't act overly thrilled or gush about getting flowers from a guy. Act like you get flowers all the time or send bouquets to yourself. Send bouquets to yourself. I did that starting in high school on Valentine's Day in my junior or senior year, and it was fun. I remember that my friend's German teacher used to buy Haribo candies, and I used to buy the German roulettes from the vendors of the vendors, the high school students that were selling those. I loved those. They were $1 a roll, which was high in those days. I mean, it was a lot, but I really liked them. And it was worth it for them and for me, for us. It was great. And I sent flowers to myself. I think it was a flower. I don't remember if it was a lot of flowers. I think it was a flower. I think it was, I don't remember how much money it was. I don't think it was that much money, but it was some kind of flower thing. And I don't remember if it was even any money in it, but we sent it. And there weren't very many being sent out that were, distributed or delivered. So I think it might have cost $1 or something. So it's something token. Number two, when you want to call a guy to fix your MacBook, call Apple Care. If you can't remember how long the calls are and dates are and who ended them first, use a notebook or the rules dating journal to record everything. Yeah, put it down. Don't be unconscious. Now, don't be unconscious is a very good piece of advice that is so important to all of us all the time. Women, men, children, all the time. Don't be unconscious. Here's an example of something that a little boy was able to do by not being unconscious. On a school bus, there was a time when the driver was having a heart attack, and the boy saw the difficulty. So he went and ran up there, and he knew that the driver would have wanted to press the brakes. So he pressed the brakes and saved the busload of kids. But guess what? Not a single one, every single one of the others did not notice that this had happened because they were unconscious by being on their telephones. So don't be unconscious. You could have life-threatening emergencies near you. And unfortunately, a woman was, you know, don't get hit by a train because you're on your headphones. For God's sake. For God's sake. Don't be unconscious. It's a metaphor. It's so, so important. Okay. Old Kinderhook. Bye bye.